So, first rig is a earth bar, and I'll show you why I've got this set up with a long tail lead. It's 120 gram lead. It's a short link, probably 1.5 foot down to size 1 Aberdeen, simple Aberdeen hook. So the reason why I set this up with the long tail is if you're just on a short tail lead and you've got a place, or in this case fishing for sole, you got a sole is hitting the tip of the rod, it's not giving a lot of movement to that tip in that section. Whereas if you go for this long tail lead now, all of a sudden that tip is moving double what it was before. Even in smaller little jabs, there's a lot more movement in the tip. So that's why I use these longer tails for flatfish. With the earth bar, you just get more transmission there to the tip section. Rods and reels, got Penn Tidal XTs, braided line leaders. Always use a leader with a braided line unless I'm on complete sand. Tronics Cobra GT2s. Obviously I use them fixed spooled. I quite like these glass tips. Yeah, absolutely lovely rods for everything. It's what I use in the channel everywhere for everything. The only time I don't use these is if I go down West Wales fishing for the taupe. I use some Century T1000s with some multipliers if I'm going to go down and do that sort of stuff. I just prefer the multiplier for the bigger, heavier fish basically. So this bait is now ready to go. It's a very small little neat bait, just a little cut of ragworm, slightly longer than the hook. The way I tie the knots on top of the size 1s is so that the tag's sticking upwards. The tag almost secures it down. It's only short range casts here. I'm not casting far. That water still looks like it's quite far out, but it's just about coming to the line now of where I want to fish. So this is going to be the short range rod, and the idea is it's going to go out here, and as the tide comes along it will work itself across because the lead's got nothing to grip to. You will basically search the water. If it's running too fast, I will change this up for bigger leads because I don't want it moving too fast. It's not going to pick up any sole then if it's shooting through. I want it to just every now and again just slightly trip out, just, you know, lose tension in the tip just slightly and have it very slowly searching. It will come back towards me, so I will have to keep on catching the line up as such. So it'll kind of, instead of it going left, it'll kind of trip left and in, and it'll come along that sort of line you see there. That's what it normally does anyway. And that's it, very simple. Right. So today I got something new to try, and I've got the new Cox and Roll Predator line hooks, which is not coming into focus because it's coming onto my face. But they are a size 1 hook, fine wire. They're absolutely perfect. I think the slightly wider gape will give me a little resistance against the green eels. Cox and Roll Predator light. Don't be fooled by the name Predator. It's just the name of the shape. The hook itself is very fine wire for this version. The light version is very fine wire, and it's an ideal shape for all flatfish. Next year in Norway, when we're fishing for the place again, I will definitely be using those hooks for the place. They are a fantastic shape for the place. Coming back now, I've got a loop rig for this rig, which is probably a little bit overkill for the area, but there's a reason why I like the loops. Put it simply, everything's neater when it's cast. It's a smaller version of a loop rig than what I would normally use. Think of it like a mini loop rig for flatfish, basically. Just a mini one. Nothing crazy. Little 4-ounce lead, 2 baits, size 1 hooks, £5 and £25 links, snooze. Well, it's a bit more windy here today than they forecast it would be. It's probably not ideal sole conditions, but we're doing our best. I'm gonna turn you around. Might use my body for the wind a little bit, but yeah, the hair will probably go everywhere. So you can see there behind me, got the rods. The one closest to me is an earth bar, which is running across there, and the second one is the loop rig. Been meaning to do videos now for a while, but there's been a few reasons why I haven't started up until now. I had a major head injury in October, and I haven't been shore fishing since a little bit before that. I had a few boat trips before that. Then I had the head injury, and I just simply wasn't okay to be out and about. I've not been confident really to come back out since it really did knock my confidence. I couldn't walk or talk properly for 3 weeks straight. It was a really serious head injury, really. Not serious in terms of actual damage, but I've had quite a few concussions over the years through skateboarding accidents and bits and bobs. So it really knocked me on my ass quite badly. Yeah, I would like to pick up a sole today. You know, species we're likely to catch: green eel, conger, if we're super lucky, sole, bonus bass. Do every now and again pick up the thornbacks in the bay as well by accident, but generally speaking, I want a sole. I might pick up a flounder as well. Sometimes there are flounder in here at this time of year. It's really more a winter thing around here for me. I don't really bother fishing for the flounder unless it's the winter. I like to pick up the bigger ones in January. It's been one of those things that I really wanted to get out on the shore for a long time now. I just wasn't confident after the head injury. I've just come back from Norway with a massive infection. I've been on antibiotics now for weeks. I've only just healed. So I wanted somewhere a bit easier. This isn't the mark I would have picked or chose today. The tides are too big for where I really wanted to be. And the other places I'd like to go, I really don't want to push my leg. I really don't want any more time off work. It's already cost enough. So I chose this one. I've done well here in the past. I had my first sole here. I've had other sole here. It's not a bad mark for sole. It's just not where I'd have picked. The amount of weed that's coming down today from Newport towards the M4 bridge, it's a lot more weed than I thought there would be. I may have to change the earth bar across for a different rig. The loop rig is sitting out fine. It's obviously it's on a grip wire lead, but the earth rig is only on a roll-in. It's a roll-in plain lead. It will keep pulling out the minute that a bit of weed touches the braid. It's just ripping it through, and it's moving too fast. If it was moving a bit slower, I'd probably get away with it. But it is pulling way too fast through all the time. It's only just stopped now for a short amount of time, but it'll another minute or two and it's going to be pulled out again. And when it does that pulling, it's just going too fast for any flatfish, really, in my opinion. So we're probably going to end up changing from the earth bar across. Probably just fish a straight running rig, maybe. Possibly a one hook clip down. Just something that I can fish the grip lead properly and anchor it into a position better. And all I'll do then is I'll just cast it more regular to keep fresh bait going out. Not fishing far at all. Maximum cast, we're talking 40-50 yards max. You don't need to go far for the sole. They're a flat fish, just small hooks, present the bait, and you're good to go. So, had a bit of a nightmare today on the sole, having lost one, which was my fault. I got a bit too excited when the rod went and struck into it too early, basically, and yeah, I lost it just as I went down the rocks to go and try and save the sole. But I have managed to save the session with this nice 53 centimetre bass, so I'm pretty happy with that. This is coming on with me, this one, for food. So yeah, that's the end of that. That was on the new Cox and Raw Predator light hooks, size 1. Absolutely nailed. It's never coming off. You know, those hooks are super sharp. Highly recommend those hooks. There you are. Bang. Happy days.